7 days ago, we were in Delaware. Now we are at Daytona International Speedway. NASCOM Online is on the air. Tony Tresso up in the booth with you, with my partner in crime, the man, the myth, the living legend himself, Mr. Kevin Cunio. Kevin, what a week it's been.
Absolutely, Tony. Absolutely.
So we've gone from the High Bank Mile to the High Bank Super Speedway that is the World Center of Speed. Qualifying underway right now. A few cars out on track and a few rookies in the race tonight. Brandon Beakey out on track right now in the number 27 Dodge, which is going to be interesting to see how that works out. As one lap of qualifying and done tonight. And these guys know how to get it done under one lap of qualifying. Dalton Kilroe out on track. Brian McRae out on track. And, I'm looking at some of the times from the practice session that they just finished. And Ian Habiuk, the only one to go sub 46 seconds in the hot lap session, as looks like Dalton Kilroe puts the first time on the board 48.8. Now, mind you, that's without any drafting help. Brian McRae goes 49.5. Going to be interesting to see what's going to happen when some of the other heavy hitters. I saw Sam Baumgarten out on track as Jason Powell goes out of pit road for his first. Okay, he's out on track for his out lap. Kevin O'Brien put up 46.7, 46.6 for Matt Ridgway. And 49.6, I should say. But right now, Dalton Kilroe, the only one to go sub 49, as, these guys, this one lap of qualifying, it's real interesting. Because they normally it takes a full lap to get these restrictor plate cars up to speed. And, these guys are, it's a one and done kind of deal as Jason Powell throws it down to the yellow line. He's taking it through 1 and 2 right now with the number 18 there as you're not going to see these guys get too far off that yellow line on their flyer.
No, absolutely. You go high to on the outlap on the start to gain up speed, but it's hugging that line, even getting close to the apron when you cross the finish is where you get your quality lap times.
And that's how it works as Jason Paul goes right to the top of the heat, 47.7. A tenth and a half to the good over Dalton Kilroe. So, maybe that podium that he got last week is turning his season around.
Well, it's always nice to have, momentum after a race.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just waiting on the rest of them to go out right now. There's 13 cars in the session right now. Tex Perry, Nick Okia, Mark Arthur, Doug Thompson. Actually, Okia just took the green. So look for him to dive it down as he hauls it off into turn number 1, using that banking to try to give him a little bit of a speed boost as he hauls it down right to that yellow line in that Dr. Squatch number 9. As, Okia knows how to get it done on the plate tracks. He had a really good showing when we were at Talladega. Mark Arthur knows how to get it done. Tex Perry, look for him to... I'm calling it now. Tex Perry on the podium tonight.
All right, I'll remember that.
So Okia goes 6 quick. So not the qualifying laps hoping for. May have missed a little bit on the setup there. As Doug Thompson out on track right now. And I'm going to go on a limb and say Thompson is on his out lap as he is way high up against the wall going through 3 and 4. And that's what you got to do. You kind of got to use as much of the track as you can to try to gain as much momentum as you can. And then coming into the line, you see Thompson just sucks it right down, lets it run coming out of the tri-oval, and he's going to suck it right down to that yellow line and leave it there coming through 1 and 2. So, it's a textbook qualifying lap from Doug Thompson right now. Whether or not he's got the setup in the car to be able to make it work, as he's way off that line. That's kind of surprising. Not normally what you're going to see from the fast guys, so Doug might have that car a little too free, and he had to chase it off of 2, and it's kind of scary, as you can well attest to, because I know you were arcing your butt off yesterday as Thompson goes 8th quick. There's a bump coming off of 4, and if you're near the wall, it'll suck you right in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As Mark Arthur coming down to take the green in the My Little Pony Dr. Squatch number 12. Arthur and his crew really have a handle on the qualifying setups. And they are one of the bigger teams, so they can kind of play around a little bit. And it's a little bit weird to see Mark Arthur so high down the backstretch. I'm thinking he might have a similar setup to what Doug Thompson had, where he had to chase it up track off of 2. A little bit better off of 4, but not going to be happy with this one, I dare say, as he just wasted way too much track coming down the back straightaway. And I'm fully prepared to eat my words as he goes right to the top of the pile. Well then.
He found the right, I don't know how he did that, but that was amazing.
Go ahead, Mark. Call me a liar. I dare you rotten little kid. As the boss, Tex Perry, going to be the final car to take the green, as he is coming out of 4 right now to take the green. And let's see what type of run Tex is going to have, as he's driving the only Toyota in the field tonight. So we do have a fistful of Chevys, 1 Toyota, and 1 Dodge represented here, as Perry just right down on that yellow line, flirting with the apron. Oh, careful, Tex, because you saw him touch the apron and you saw the car just that little death wiggle. That is one of the scariest feelings on the planet when that car does that.
Oh my God, yes.
But carrying good speed going into turn 3. He was 183 on turn entry, not scrubbing off a lot of speed on turn exit. So this might be a decent run for Barry. And puts him 3rd quick. So Chief Cook and Bottle Washer of the NASCOM Online Racing Series. Tex Perry going 3rd. So Mark Arthur up on point as Perry spins it out. Mark Arthur up on point. Jason Paul going to be sitting 2nd quick as they just advanced the session. So cars are going to start to grid up. Now, mind you, we are going 100 laps. If I had to put money on it, I dare say we're going 30, 30, 40. But I have absolutely no idea because nobody's informed me. But the good news is 73-degree ambient air temperature, track temperature only 75 degrees. 50% fuel load, unlimited tires. So, and they got one fast repair.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to this. That sounds like a recipe for a good race.
Yeah, when you cut the fuel down in these cars to only 50%, instead of being able to get the normal 25 to 30 laps out of a tank of fuel, you're now down to what the fuel load was when I was a kid, where you're pitting around lap 15, whether you want to or not. Um, so look for these guys to come in sometime between lap 15 and 20, and it'll be a little 10-lap shootout to the finish of each stage. So Mark Arthur and Jason Powell are going to make up row number 1. Row 2 is going to see Mr. Perry, the chief cook and bottle washer of the NASCOM Online e-racing series, and Dalton Kilroe. Ian Habiuk is going to be joined with Sam Baumgarten in row number 3. Brandon Bikey, Brandon, I suck with names, so feel free to scold me after. He and Nick Okia are going to make up row number 4. Row 5 is going to see Brian McRae and Doug Thompson, with Matt Ridgway and Kevin O'Brien making up row number 6 as the field starts to roll. And are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are the lights coming on at Daytona?
I think so.
That looks like a sunset sky, so it looks like the lights are coming on. As the field is rolling, and this is going to be fun. ARCA racing under the lights here at Daytona. 12 cars. So not a huge field, but look for these guys to have some pretty good pack racing going on. 100 laps the total distance tonight, and we do have the possibility of overtime, as we have seen all but 2 weeks so far this season. And those, of course, would be the 2 road courses. So the field works its way through the 3-4 complex behind the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing. Kevin, about the only thing left to say is hold the belts tighter one more time. Grandpa, pop a Viagra, because it's time to get it on at the World Center of Speed as the green flag comes out, and we are underway for segment 1. Mark Arthur getting a decent jump. Tex Perry going with him. They've got some gap right now between themselves and the 16 of Habiuk, as Jason Powell not getting the restart there. The start he was looking for is Dalton Kilroe all over his back bumper, and Dalton Kilroe has a rearview mirror filled with Sam Baumgarten. Down the super stretch for the first time tonight, and you can see that inside line starting to form up, and here comes, I believe it's Baumgarten trying to make it 3 wide, and that would explain why Dalton Kilroe is blinking worse than a fat kid with lemon in his eye right now. And coming down to the stripe for the first lap, give that one academically to Mark Arthur. The boss, Tex Perry, sitting in second. Jason Powell, Sam Baumgarten, and Ian Habiuk going to round out your top 5. Everybody minding their P's and Q's so far. And the boss, Tex Perry, saying that he is going to drop to the tail end of the field. He wants absolutely no part of being up towards the front of this thing. He wants to see what's coming at him, not be surprised in case all hell breaks loose. So we'll see him dropping to the tail end of the field there. And him dropping off of Mark Arthur's back bumper, that's going to let Jason Powell get a good run. and he's got one of the best pushers in the league, and I use that term loosely, as give that one to Powell by about a car length over Mark Arthur. So the teammates running 2 and 3 right now is Arthur in the 12 and Baumgarten in the 53. That's, of course, also number 1 and number 2 in points. So Jason Powell has work cut out for him if he wants to, roll with the big dogs tonight. As Habiak also making it work, as he right now is the dance partner that Mark Arthur has, and if the 53 and the 12 get hooked up, that's lights out for the rest of the field. As side by side they come to the stripe, and we're going to give that one to Mark Arthur by 9 1/1000ths of a second. That's about 2 coats of paint, 90 miles an hour. They haul it off into turn number 1 at 192. So relatively close racing right now, as the field still bunched up. We're still only working lap 4, but it's good to see that everybody's playing nice so far, and we haven't had that dreaded C word that has become a 4-letter word in the racing community this week.
Absolutely. No, this is a nice opening couple of laps. Wow, we're already on coming up to lap 5, actually.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive run. Now, you said that you ran some of the official ARCA races that iRacing has put up this week here at Daytona. I kind of cringe whenever I know that the official series is coming to the racetrack. And I think there was a meme somebody posted earlier that, a guy's got a balloon that he takes to dinner or winds it, dines it, takes it to a movie, hangs out with it, getting ready to try to lean in to kiss the balloon that says safety rating. And all of a sudden this big ugly dude comes up behind him and puts his arms around him, and he's wearing a name tag that says Daytona as he's pulling you away from your safety rating.
That's what it felt like, and a lot of guys, a lot of drivers on track, when you're gridding up, were saying as much. Some people were admitting to have lost a license in the process.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Safety rating at plate tracks. Talladega and Daytona. It's a crapshoot because everybody. It's so much fun. And no, it's not. It's the most mind-numbing experience you can have. No,
it's a ton of work and nerves, and it's fun if you survive.
Oh, it's fun if you survive, but you better make sure you have a live spotter with you. As Mark Arthur goes up to the high line to try to pick up Jason Powell, that's gonna. Wow, that inside line's really got a good push and off of turn 4. Look for the 16 of Habiak to make this one happen. Or no, I'm sorry, that was 2 they were coming off of. As Mark Arthur dropped it back.
3 wide now.
Arthur dropping to the tail end of that little grouping. To pick up his 2 Dr. Switch teammates. That's, of course, the 53 of Baumgarten and the 9 of Okia. And give that one to Habiak as he's showing the way. Jason Powell on the outside. So you've got 3 teammates running nose to tail right now. If I was the rest of the field, I'd kind of be looking, going, oh, this is really going to end poorly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh man. But yeah, everybody minded their P's and Q's. Got to give a big shout out to our fans in the chat right now. Gloria, Miss Constance. Tonight. Good to have you with us again. if my web browser ever decides it wants to work again. Okay. So Powell showing the way at the stripe that time, the 18, 10 one-thousandths of a second. Powell, Habiak, Baumgarten, Bakey, Arthur Thompson, Okia, McRae, Ridgway, O'Brien, Perry, and Kilrow. Your running order currently. And we're not all that far off from a fuel stop. They're closing in on where they should probably have to start getting fuel. And I dare say you're probably not going to see too many tire changes if we stay green.
No, I think you're right.
And we all know the ARCA car doesn't normally destroy tires quickly. It can, but normally doesn't. How you doing, Logan? Good to have you with us.
This is really impressive clean racing. This is what you like to see, in a long race. Not like some races I can recall recently.
True story. And the most impressive part is the fact that this is an open setup series. So everything's got a little bit different under the skin of that car. The fact that they're running so close together and so tightly packed, and nobody's died yet. That speaks volumes to what these guys are doing. And it looks like nobody wants to run with the rookie as they hung out to dry on that second lane.
Yeah, everybody just merged down to that bottom lane and leaving those guys out there alone.
And that, of course, would be the boss, Tex Perry, as I'm going out on a limb and say that they're really letting these guys get single file, and we're going to see a round of green flag pit stops coming up here within the next handful of laps. That's usually one of the only reasons why these guys get single file. Because if you can get against the partner on an outside line, like you got the 27 and the 85 right now, you can make something happen, but kind of can't get to pit road from out there, especially when there's a line of cars next to you. But so far, nobody has called their pit.
I think you're right, though. I think that's what they're setting up for.
And it would kind of make sense. Perry was kind of just riding towards the back, not using a lot of fuel. The 27's been in the draft, so he hasn't been using a lot of fuel. So, look for those to try to maybe squeeze another lap on these guys. Stock up another one for Habiak as Doug Thompson sitting in second now in the Friday the 13th, number 13. Even though it is Sunday the 9th. As Thompson jumps up to get behind the boss, that's going to let the 18 have a good run at him. As Perry pushing the taillights out of the 27 right now. As they bring it off of turn number 4, both Perry and Bakey had the clear on the 18 of Jason Powell. Or, sorry, the 16 of Habiak. But just decided to stay up in that outside lane as nothing but impressed right now.
Yeah, me as well.
These guys are just this is what racecraft is, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's knowing where you need to put your car so that you don't kill anyone around you, and yet showing patience, because right now it's not go time. It's not even close to go time, and these guys are just kind of riding, seeing what they got, trying to figure out what adjustments they're going to need to make under the pit stop. And you know, they know it's a long race. We're working lap 16, and I haven't seen anything yet indicating somebody's going down pit road. I'm wondering if, well, we're going to know this time by, if they close the pits, that means that the segment or the stage for this race is going to be 20, 100. I'm not sure exactly what it is because nobody told me, but we are about to see, and so far so good. As I gotta think we're gonna need to see pit stops relatively soon, because with a load of only a 50% load of fuel,
It's 50%, you said?
50, yes.
Yeah, so, 30, 35 laps normally, right? On the full
That's what
load
I'm
of fuel.
thinking. With a full boat, yeah, I mean, you're talking only about 35 laps, so that'd be the halfway point right now for where these guys would be pitting if they had a full load of fuel. And yet, nobody's coming pit side yet. So, what do I know? My high-powered Gavintas went out the window a while ago.
Well, I mean, that's what's never my strong suit, but I do think they should be coming down sometime soon.
Yeah, fuel
if
limit,
that's
50%.
the fuel limit.
Yeah, fuel limit, 50%. Unlimited tire sets, though, which is a good thing, especially considering that you know, you're the need to change tires here at Daytona. And look at that, Kevin O'Brien into the top 5. And talk a lot about Kevin this season, but Kevin coming to us from a land down under, as the song goes. But, you know, it's actually Sunday afternoon where he is still. Good to have you with us, Kevin. Rocking the Sunoco paint scheme on the 84 there.
So is anybody going in this time? Doesn't look like it.
As we are getting ready to start lap 20. So
I don't know how they're saving fuel.
A little moment there as Tex Perry in the... Or no, that was Doug Thompson that almost got into the 18. And the fact that these guys are getting back in line, even the guys that were working that outside line, that tells me they're getting ready for some green flag shenaniganry. There it is. The 85 just called his hit. So look for wholesale pit stops throughout the field. As they make their way off to turn number 4. Let's see who peels off with them. Not many guys. And that is surprising, because you definitely don't want to run out of fuel here at the 2.5 mile world center of speed. As give that lap to the 16 of Habiak. Now, he did spend a lot of time in traffic, so maybe save a little bit of fuel. But the question is, did he save enough? And we're about to find out if the answer is yes or no. As guys are... You got to think, with Perry peeling off like he did, that's got to start the dominoes to get everybody else to come. As here we go. Wholesale pit stops. Is everybody charging the line? And
Nice
did he
slide.
make it?
Did he
That's the
make it?
question. I'm going back to look to see if he did make it. And sideways, and yes, did get it down to the speed limit of 60 miles an hour for pit road. So the 27 not going to get a speeding penalty coming in. Looks like everybody's clean so far. Keep our eyes and see if anybody gets a hold.
Looks like
Ooh, Garden
Habiak's out
slid through his pit
first.
stall.
Looks like Habiak's out first.
As the 18, Jason Powell popped for speed. And here comes Perry, who is already up to speed. Lost Doug Thompson, it looks like. And Tex Perry is going to be a sitting duck in about 2 corners. Because those guys have formed up and they are reeling him in hand over fist as Thompson popped for speeding in. And there they go. They just overtook Boss by about 4 miles an hour. As they haul it down the super stretch here, it looks like the 10 of Ridgeway is going to give Perry a little bit of help as they go down the super stretches. The rest of them starting to reel in. As these guys are running side by side, that's punching a big hole in the air for the cars behind them. And here comes Baumgarten bringing the 27 with him. So Perry on the inside with Ridgeway for help. And that is Javier Hillrow and Arthur on the outside. And give that lap to Perry by about half a fender. And you kind of got a feel for the 27 of Bakey right now as being a rookie in this league and not having already run the super speedways with these guys. Doesn't seem like anybody really wants to work with him. And you gotta feel for the guy because, you know, he didn't have a bad qualifying run. And he's kind of held his line and he hasn't made any stupid moves, but I don't think anybody trusts him yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. You know, that's nature when you're driving that close with other people. You really need that trust.
Right, as he sucks up behind the boss right now. It's Tex Perry in the 85. As Ridgeway, that almost could have been as Ridgeway thought he had to clear and Perry had a run coming through 3 and 4. As luckily everybody stays in green and Perry continues to show the way. Ridgeway still looking for a way around. Just need to get a big shove from the 16 of Habiak. And it's going to be fun to see what happens here. So you got Perry, Ridgeway, Perry, Ridgeway, Bakey, Habiak, Hillrow, O'Brien, Arthur Thompson, Baumgarten, Okia, Gray, and Powell. Your current running order. Everybody's on the lead lap, thank goodness. Yeah. We have not had a caution.
It's very nice to see all on the lead lap, all close together. I mean, this is what you want to see in a race. This is good quality racing.
Absolutely. It's like a chess match right now. It's, you know, okay, I'm getting a shove from this but I don't want to get big of a shove and like the clear. If I'm on the outside landing, I got the clear. I want to just hang my partner out to dry on that outside lane to get to the inside lane. And it looks like Doug Thompson back up towards the front. Took him a little bit, but he's back there and shoving the daylights out of Matt Ridgway. Ridgway with a nose out front as they work their way through the 3-4 complex. Has the clear on the Boss Tex Perry if he wanted to move up. Stays with Doug Thompson. Thompson, one of the best pushers in the league, going to give Ridgway that bonus point for leading that lap by about half a fender over the Boss Tex Perry in the 87. So right now you got two Chevys on the inside lane. You got a Toyota and a Dodge in the outside lane, and then a pack of angry Chevys behind them. As Ridgway in control right now in the, I believe that's the Nike Air number 10.
The Nike Run Club.
There we go. And next caution will end. Pits will close in 2 laps. So yes, we are going 30 laps for stage 1. Stage 2 will end at lap 60, and then a 40-lap sprint to the end. As Ridgway not really giving Tex Perry a whole lot of leeway right now.
Whoa, we got contact.
Yeah. That's kind of sketchy coming from turn 2. And
yeah, 13 was that. He got right into the boss there, I think.
Well, he definitely got into the 10. Whether or not he got into the boss, that's a different story. As the pits are closed and we are white flag in the air for stage 1. Perry and Ridgway side by side. Doug Thompson right there. Mark Arthur looking to make a charge up through the sucker hole as he splits. I believe it's Kevin O'Brien and Ian Habuk. As
he's getting impatient or something.
Contact with Doug Thompson. Thompson slides up the track. This could end poorly. Yep, there it goes.
We're good.
How did they stage that? I have no idea, as Okia was 8 different kinds of sideways coming into turn number 3.
Yellow. Well, now it's recalled.
And nope, that's the stage end. So Perry with the stage win, Brandon Bakey with second, Matt Ridgway, Mark Arthur, Sam Baumgarten, Kevin O'Brien, Brian McCrae, Doug Thompson, Nick Okia, Dalton Kilroe, Ian Habiuk, and Jason Powell. And I dare say that the 16 of Habiuk, as I'm looking at the left front of his car, he's going to need to burn mass repair. But forget the left front, look at the right front. Are you seeing what I'm seeing with like pieces just dangling off of the 16 right now?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can see it, but yeah, it's not looking too good. Who's that coming down? Nope.
All right, so stage 1 in the books. We are there's already a lot of tippiness going on, so I'm thinking we're going to see fireworks by the time we get to stage 3. As Tex Perry coming home with the stage victory in that one. Rookie Brendan Bakey in second, Ridgway in third. Look for wholesale pit stops this time, and look for these guys to change some tires. As Okay, make a liar out of me, guys. Go ahead, I dare you. There we go. Helps if I'm live, doesn't it? But wholesale pit stops, I don't think anybody stayed out that time. But yeah, definitely going to need some repairs on the 16. Look for him to burn the one fast repair that he has. As that's the second time tonight, I dare say, I believe it was Sam Baumgarten. No, it wasn't. It was, I think Okia slid through his pit stall that time. But down and away they go. And
That was a pretty dramatic end to the stage, I have to say. I don't know what.
I'm still speechless at what I saw.
The run up the center, you know, that's always an aggressive move. But going down on the apron, I wasn't sure what was the plan there.
Yeah, that was kind of wild. You know, it was one of those deals where, you know, Ridgway saw Arthur coming down the back straightaway and just threw the hell out of the block. And that's kind of what set off the rest of that melee, as Arthur had absolutely nowhere to go, and doorbanged Doug Thompson, sent Thompson up the track, who got into Okia, who collected Habiak. And, I mean, it was just a domino effect. How they didn't wreck, I'll still never know. As
yeah, I don't know, something.
I believe that's Doug Thompson. Yeah, Doug Thompson bringing it down pit side this time again, trying to pit farm that car. As Habiuk, it looks like he did the same, and don't believe he burned his fast repair, so he's catching up to the tail end of the field, and lights are out on the Ford Mustang GT 500 car, which means that we are going to be going back to green this time by, as you got Arthur and Baumgarten going to starting up on row number 1. Baumgarten, who won the battle off the road, going to elect to take that inside lane. He's got his teammate right next to him. Then you got the rookie Brandon Bakey in the only Dodge in the field, starting inside row number 2. He's going to be starting right next to the 00 Brian McRae. Matt Ridgway in the 10 is going to be starting right next to Jason Powell. And you got Dalton Kilrow next to the boss Tex Perry, Kevin O'Brien, Nick Okia, Doug Thompson, and Ian Habiuk. Actually, that's switch those last two. Is Habiuk and Thompson going to swap? There we go. Now we got it sorted out. As the field working its way through the 3-4 complex, getting ready to turn them loose one more time. Next stage will end on lap 60. As pace car is in and green flag is out. We are back underway in the NASCOM Online a battle at Daytona. Baumgarten and Arthur still side by side as they haul it off into turn number 1. And it doesn't look like anybody really wants to jump in right behind the teammate. They got a pretty decent jump, being as they're in the same team speak. But here comes 27 of Bakey. He could throw a little more. We're 3 wide. And now we're not 3 wide, thank goodness. He comes to the outside lane, and Mark Arthur immediately abandons him. Didn't mean to do that, ladies and gentlemen, as Mark Arthur with a good push from his teammate right now as Bakey shot out of a cannon on that outside lane.
Unbelievable. I was watching that, wondering where all of that was coming from.
Because no car?
So, people are going to be watching this wondering, about your comment earlier about feeling bad for Bakey. I think he's doing just fine.
Well, it's still the fact that you guys are they got a little trepidation wanting to work with him. Kind of not giving him a choice right now as he is currently showing the way. Mark Arthur sitting in second, Sam Baumgarten in third, Matt Ridgway in fourth, Brian McRae in fifth. As these guys are getting it sorted out a lot quicker than they did last time. Everybody kind of single file. That outside lane starting to form up as you got the 00 McRae and the 9 of Okia starting to make something work as they're starting to work past the 10 of Ridgeway. And I just had a connection issue, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. As it doesn't look like Mark Arthur's in too much of a hurry to try to get up there and help Bakey. As Bakey jumping out to that outside lane saw that they were coming, and that's going to leave the door wide open for Arthur as now the teammates are hooked up, and this can only spell disaster for the rest of them.
But now there's that second line starting to form on the top.
Yes, it is. As that's the 00 McRae and the 9 of Okia latching on, and they're, it's one of those deals where P out in front right now. I'm not 100% certain getting that speed with no help.
It's incredible, what it looks like to me, and you're gonna laugh because for a moment there it looked like the V formation of a flock of Canadian geese, and I think he's actually getting a little bit of a push from the two of them.
Maybe, but I didn't think they were close enough. As Baumgarten right on the back bumper of Arthur right now. And those guys are really starting to make it happen as Okia looking to try to make some headway. And give that lap again. Coming through the 3-4 complex, Okia looking to make a move now. As he drops down to join his Dr. Squatch teammates, Okia shot out of the cannon and give that one to the 9.
Absolutely, that was a fantastic run. Brian McRae has tumbled down back to 8th position.
McRae had a little bit of a pucker moment coming through the tri-oval on that last lap. Decided to drop back just a tick.
But
as that outside lane started to pick up the pace again as they work their way through the 3-4 complex one more time.
I was going to say, Brandon, he lost it there, but he's been holding, it's been going back and forth again for the lead.
Nose out front as we are about 5 laps under anger so far. Give that one to Bakey. About half a fender as I'm impressed. I'm seriously impressed, ladies and gentlemen, by what I'm seeing right now. With the rookies and the veterans, anything you can do, I can do better. And you got 2 rookies leading this thing. I know it's weird to say that Nick Okia is a rookie, but his first season in the NASCOM Online e-racing series. So you got 2 rookies going the way right now. And Okia is getting it done on that inside lane, but he's still 2/1000th of a second. Give the nod to Bakey that time. 2/1000th of a second, ladies and gentlemen. That's 1 coat of paint on the car. That's how close it was at the stripe. So Bakey, Okia, Powell, Arthur, Kilrow, Baumgarten, McRae, Ridgway, Habiak, Perry, O'Brien, and Thompson. And you can still throw a blanket over the top. Throw the blanket over the entire field as less than a second from first to last.
Really, really incredible now at lap 42.
And give that lap to Okia as he got a good run coming out of 4 and won the drag race that time as Bakey goes back into the lead. And I'm thinking that Bakey is doing the old slingshot thing where he'll back up and get that air push from Powell in the 18, but he doesn't know how to drag the brake yet.
Whatever he's doing, it's working, and I'm really impressed.
The fact that you wouldn't expect him to be able to do it without major help. This is wild. I was never expecting anything like this. Just the fact that you've got a 2-car length gap between Bakey and Powell, and you've got a bus length and a half between Okia and Arthur. And Bakey and Okia are able to hold on to the lead without anybody actually pushing. I mean, for all intents and purposes, they got no traffic out right now. And the rest of the field is just kind of hanging with them. This is wild. This is one of the wildest things I've ever seen. As give that one to Bakey. And I'm impressed.
Absolutely. So am I. Look at the number 18 all of a sudden making moves.
Well, Powell apparently got sick and tired of following that damn dot. As he's getting a good shove right now from the 41, and it's Dalton Kilrow. And Dalton Kilrow running yet another Dr. Squatch paint scheme, so the field's kind of stacked right now. And if they're able to get by the 27 of Bakey, that's not something that's going to be good for him. Kilrow dropping down as he's looking to get by the 18 of Powell, and going to leave Powell, and Powell finally drops back in, finally finds a hole right in front of the Boss Tex Perry and right behind the 41 of Kilrow. So that leaves no one but the 27 in that second lane, and they are starting to freight train him as he finally is able to get in coming off the 4. Muscles his way in between the 41 and the 18. So I dare say we're getting ready for another round of green flag stops.
I think that's exactly what this is
leading to. As Okia, Arthur, Baumgarten, McRae, Ridgway, Kilrow, P. Powell, Perry, Thompson, Habiak, and O'Brien as 13 and the 27 both called their pit. So for them to peel off here, and like the Boss Tex Perry going with them.
27 locks the brakes. I'm not sure if he's gonna. Not sure if the 27 slowed up in time there.
Well, let me go take a look, and I'll let you know. Just barely.
Well done. It's twice now he's come in real hot.
Hey. If it works, it works.
It's the skill that you need to master. It's absolutely, I'm impressed.
As the rest of the field working its way down the super stretch here. And if I was working with the boys from Dr. Squatch, I would definitely be applauding right now as Dr. Squatch in first, Dr. Squatch in second, Dr. Squatch in third. While he's not running a Dr. Squatch paint scheme, I believe Brian McRae is also running for Dr. Squatch. And Dalton Kilroy running for Dr. Squatch. So the top 5 spots locked out by the Dr. Squatch racing team.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive team effort. That's a beautiful shot right there of them all coming in line.
As Okia continues to show the way, and the question is, when is the rest of the field gonna pit? As we are coming up on, we're coming up on the 20 lap mark since the last time they went down pit road. This is going to be interesting to see. And you know, the biggest thing is when you do a group like this, you can't make a mistake because you're going to be hung out to dry. If you get hung out to dry on a 2.5 mile track with no drafting help and no friends to kind of pull you along, you're done.
That's right. Looks like another time by.
So, Ogie, Arthur, Baumgarten, McRae, Gilroy, Powell, Ridgway, Habiuk, O'Brien, kind of in an area all by himself, in between the guys that have pit, the guys that haven't pit, and the guys that just pit are starting to reel him in hand over fist. And I believe that's Doug Thompson. Yes, it is. That is Doug Thompson right in front of Nick Okia. And moving to the high side, and that's what it looks like when you get hung out to dry, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, Doug Thompson, problems in his pit. I believe it may have been popped for speeding, as 10 seconds behind Tex Perry and Brandon Bakey, as Perry and Bakey now kind of have to work together if they want to stay on the lead lap, because, you know, chalk another lap to the rest of these guys, as much as it's difficult to do, it looks like they may have saved a couple of laps of fuel. And, you know, there's still 190 miles an hour hauling off into turn number 1, and just getting it done going down the super stretch here at Daytona. As the 18 calling his pit that time. Now, while we are getting ready to pit stops, and wholesale pit stops starting to happen.
Lead is pitting now.
And I don't know if Mark Arthur got it slowed down in time. He did not. Mark Arthur, look for him to be popped for speeding 10 miles an hour over. Or not? Hold on. He was. But well, we do have a little bit of break, a little break in the action. Is looks like he is going to have to serve a penalty. Yep.
Yep.
Black flag to Mark Arthur, speeding in. They didn't hold him in his pit stall. They are making him actually come back in. That's a heartbreak for the 12. He is way off of pace right now. Dalton Kilroe winning the battle off pit road. Sam Baumgarten working with him right now. And a pack of angry wolves trying to get by the 10. That is Matt Ridgway. As we got two lines forming up. Here we go. Game time. Look for the flag of the race, guys. We are 5 to go in the stage. Coming time across the stripe. Kilroe, Baumgarten, Ridgway, Kia, Powell, and Bakey. And Perry. As we do want to take this time to mention that you can get your own NASCOM online racing merch at our Teespring store. It's teespring.com/ESPN. Link in the description on our link in the description below. And you can get your t-shirts, t-shirts, face masks, coffee mugs, hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. If there's anything you want that we haven't mentioned, go ahead and write a comment below, and we'll try to get it for you. And we are next caution to end the stage. Hits will close in 2 laps as give another one to Dalton Kilroe. Tight points battle up front as I believe. Oh, that's not good. As the caution does come out, and Matt Ridgway just went up and hooked Sam Baumgarten, and unfortunately, Dalton Kilroe is a victim of circumstance in that one. So that is going to end the stage. Tex Perry catching a face full of race car.
Oh wow, that's nuts. It had to happen at some point, and at least it happened late.
Well, the question is, who's got their hood up? Is that is the boss Tex Perry? I'm showing it with his hood up.
Yep.
But
yep. It's not looking good.
No. So he's going to have to burn his fast repair. Not what he was hoping to do. And that's going to put Mark Arthur back on the lead lap as he was the first car 1 lap down. So Okia, Ridgway, Powell, Bakey, Kilroe, Baumgarten, Perry, McRae, and Doug Thompson getting the last point for the stage in 10th. As these guys are gonna have to get some cosmetic work done on these rides here. And I dare say, Tex, you either need to burn a fast repair or you're going to need a big fat guy such as myself with cannonball on the hood to keep that damn thing down. So, stage 2 in the books. As, yep, Perry just burned his fast repair. Not sure what's going on with Habiak, but is definitely going to. He's got to be hoping for another caution because Mark Arthur getting the lucky dog to wave around to put him back on the lead lap. Ridgway winning the battle off pit road. And you got to think that not a lot of people happy with Matt Ridgway right now because it was him. He slid up coming down the super stretch.
Nothing upsets you more when you've been, having a good clean race than the guy who is the cause of it having even a brief benefit from it.
Yeah, sorry about that. I heard them talking about they might have to extend the caution for one more lap. So Ridgway currently in control of the field. Okia, Powell.
Who's that diving down?
Hang on, we're not going green.
It's Mark Arthur going inside, who just got back on the lead lap.
And Ian Habiak.
And they did just extend it for one lap to let Arthur actually get service because it delayed waving him around. So 60 laps in the books, and definitely an interesting dichotomy from what we were expecting. As you got Ridgway, who started in 11th, currently leading the way. Doug Thompson, who started in 10th, currently sitting in 2nd. And Kevin O'Brien, who started shotgun on the field, 12th, currently sitting in 3rd. Then you got Jason Powell, Dalton Kilroe, Tex Perry, Nick Okia, Brian McRae, Sam Baumgarten, and Brandon Bakey, rounding out your top 10. Mark Arthur just back on the lead lap in 11th. The last car on the lead lap, and Ian Habiak, the one lap down, and is he... Yes. There he is. So yeah, all cars still running. 11 still left on the lead laps. The lights are out on the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, as Ridgway electing to take the inside line, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Ridgway may possibly have had to burn his fast repair as well. And I just noticed this. Ridgway running the only Ford in the field. Well then, that explains a lot.
I've heard your comments on Ford before.
Yeah. Anyways, so Ridgway going to have the button as the field works its way through the 3-4 complex, and I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what's going on that inside line, but I don't think that's going to bode well for the rest of the field, especially considering what's going on if you look right behind the 16. as pace car is in and we are back underway. Ridgway pulls the trigger. Thompson hanging with him, and Kevin O'Brien just announced that he's probably going to drop to the tail end of the field as they work their way down the super stretch for the first time. And I can't say I blame him. I don't want to rookie sandwich myself. No offense, guys. But that's going to let Doug Thompson get some a head of steam up as they haul it off into turn number 3. Thompson currently showing the way, and here comes Ridgway back to the inside. And unfortunately, Doug Thompson, no drafting help right now, but we did see it is possible to hang with these guys as Bakey did make it work. So Ridgway, Bakey, Thompson, Perry, Kilroe, Okia, Powell, Baumgarten, McRae, Arthur, and O'Brien, your lead lap cars. Then you've got Ian Habiuk in the 16, currently sitting right behind. I believe he was sitting right behind Tex Perry, but what do I know? Nope, he's back a little further. But all 12 cars currently running. And Doug Thompson's still trying to make outside lane work. He's finally able to jump back in between Bakey and Perry. And that's going to do nothing but help Tex Perry right now, as he now has somebody a little bit closer to try to suck him up towards the front here. As Perry looking to the outside, not sure if he's looking to drop back or if he's looking to try to make some headway. It looks like he's trying to drop back. Not comfortable running that far up yet. As two rookies continue to lead this thing. That's Ridgway and Bakey. The Ford and the Dodge working together. And they've got some help with Doug Thompson, who is one of the old guard in the league. And I don't mean that age-wise, just every year Doug Thompson is one of those guys that you know is going to be here and you know is going to be turning competitive laps with the NASCOM online crew. We are going to be 35 this time across the stripe. As Ridgway continuing to show the way, and no fight right now. There is no outside line forming up. And just as I say it, looks like Bakey's he's either trying to cool that engine off or he's testing the waters. Now he did make that work one other time. Went to the outside and took the lead that way. And don't look now, but there's an angry pack of Dr. Squatch cars right behind Doug Thompson, led by Dalton Kilroe. And don't look now, but here comes the 84, Kevin O'Brien, trying to make that outside lane work, as the 27 of Bakey jumps out as well and give that lap to Bakey. 34 thousandths of a second. That's about a quarter of a fender. And he's going to have some help in the form of Kevin O'Brien. So O'Brien went to the back at the start, and now he's already made his way back up towards the front. As Doug Thompson looking to reel in the 10 to try to see if he can make anything happen. As O'Brien and Bakey both have the clear on Ridgway right now. And Doug Thompson not wanting to push in the corners, so unfortunately Ridgway not with the push he was hoping for. Give that lap right there to Bakey as well. Ridgway holding his own though, and yeah, Okia and Kilrow sitting in 5th and 6th, trying to figure out, okay, what do we need to do to make happen? So, Bakey and Ridgway, O'Brien in the 84, Doug Thompson in the 13. That's your top 4 running side by side. Then you've got Dalton Kilrow, the 41, the 9 of Nick Okia, and the 85 of Tex Perry, who's bringing the 18 of Jason Powell with him. And this is going to get interesting as we are closing in on the 30 to go mark. And if how stage 2 ended is any indication of how they're going to end stage 3, I'm thinking we're going to see overtime tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. But again, I have to say this is really entertaining racing.
But give that one to Bakey 5/1000ths of a second, as you know that's a coat of paint at 190 miles an hour. And Bakey starting to fall back as O'Brien had to chase down the hill coming off the 4. So give that one to Ridgway.
Brian just bailed on Bakey there.
Well, I think he had to chase it down the hill coming off the 4 because it looked like he may have brushed the safety bit. But, yeah, everybody's starting to hang Bakey out to dry. Now, mind you, we have not seen the money stop yet. And that is going to be coming up here within the next 10 laps. Because they've already proven that they can go 20 laps if they need to. The question is, Doug Thompson flirting with that apron. And that is not what Dalton Kilrow wants to see, is he's right behind him and he would catch a race car to the face if that happened. And O'Brien, the first one to say no mas and take it pit side. So I dare say that he probably did brush the wall there coming off the 4, and that's what shot him down the track. And luckily, he was able to find a hole and not kill anybody. But hats off to Brandon Bakey for being able to hang in that outside lane with no real drafting help right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If I was going to give so far, the driver of the race, my pick would be Bakey.
Well, they just called it Ridgway and Thompson both coming pit side this time.
Leader's pitting now.
And looks like they both made it without incident. Just double check that. And there it is. Doug Thompson did not get popped for speeding that time. So good on you, Doug. And wins the battle off pit road over he and McRae. And Bakey finally able to drop down in front of Kilrow. And it doesn't look like Dalton is in a hurry to try to push the rookie. As, he's following him, but...
I think, I think these guys know what they're doing. I'm still going to keep an eye on, Powell and the boss there. I think everybody's just letting the rookie run out front, and they're just riding and biding their time.
Yeah, that seems about right. It looks like they're just watching him just to make sure that he doesn't do anything boneheaded. As Kilrow's starting to creep on up there, as he's got his teammate right behind him, kind of following along. But I'm not sure that they like that line that Bakey's running. He's a little bit higher off that yellow line than it looks like Kilrow's comfortable in going. So, you got Baker, Kilroe, Okia, Perry, Powell, Baumgarten, Arthur, McCrae, Thompson, Ridgway, O'Brien, and Habia. And I dare say Kevin O'Brien is not that far off from going a lap down. He just caught Thompson and Ridgway. And the question is, when is everybody else going to go? As we are 26 laps ago. And now it's go time. Place your bets. And I dare say that the strategy that Thompson, Ridgway, and O'Brien have, there's no way you can make it from here. You can just barely make 20 laps under anger. And if we go into overtime, you're not making it anyways. You're going to have to pit. And you can't make it 25 laps, as we're coming up on the 25 lap mark this time across the stripe. How much more fuel do these guys have in the tank? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to work out.
Yeah, this is wild, and it's only set to get wilder. As so far, nobody's called in sim what their pit strategy is. As give another one to the rookie. As Kilroe and Okia just biding their time right now. Look for the teammates to work together here, as they're set to peel off any second. As down the super stretch they come one more time, and everybody's still minding their P's and Q's. I'm happily impressed. But mind you, when we do get to the money stop, if you don't have a dance partner that you're able to trust, there's no sense even trying to get to the finish, because you're pretty much screwed. As Bakey continues to show the way, Dalton Kilroe right there, Nick Okia right there, Tex Perry right there. You could separate your top 7, throw a blanket over them by less than a second, as they are all running single file right now. And Brian McCrae looks like he dropped back to pick up the 16 of Habiak. And those guys are struggling right now to maintain. So, getting ready to start lap 79 of 100. And we have not seen the money stop from the vast majority of the field. The question is, when are they coming down? Go out on a limb and say that Kilroe, Okia, and Perry, those guys have probably just centered about 3/4 throttle and letting the rookie, punch the hole in the air so that they can try to save some fuel.
I really have to believe that that's what they're doing as well.
As we are coming up on the you could make it from here mark, as 21 to go this time across the stripe. Bakey continuing to show the way. And still no takers down pit road. And I got to think Doug Thompson, Matt Ridgway, and Kevin O'Brien are all praying for a caution right now. And everybody else is like, yeah, how about no? But, yeah, these guys are, I've been impressed by this entire race so far. The only 2 of the 3 cautions that we've had were the competition cautions that were, you knew they were coming.
That's
Actually,
right. And you know, there was only one real caution that I thought was from, you know, being over aggressive and over driving. Otherwise, here we go. Here's the pit stops.
and here we go. They are going pit side, and they're hanging Bakey out to dry. Now the question is, can Bakey make it back around to get to his pit stall? And when he comes out, oh, Tex Perry staying with him. So the first caution that happened was the competition caution. The second caution ended up being the competition caution because it happened in the window where that was going to take place, and
I think that's why it happened. They were trying to make a run for the end of the stage.
that was exactly it. Everybody was trying to get as many points as they could, and it was just an oops. You know, Ridgway just moved up and collected Sam Baumgarten, and Perry and Bakey going inside this time, and I don't think Bakey got it that time. I don't think he got it woed in time. Let's find out. I got him at about 5 mile an hour over a cone. So there's a good possibility that Brandon Bakey may be getting held in his stall, and that is going to completely bone the boss, Tex Perry, if that happens, because Perry was at speed when he got to the cone.
He's already running out, so it doesn't look like he was given a penalty.
There it is. Okay. Well, they're about to lose the lead because here comes Dalton Kilrow, and he has a whole gaggle in tow. And they're going to overtake just that easy as Perry and Bakey not able to get up to speed in time. So that's going to hand the lead of the race over to Dalton Kilrow. Mark Arthur, Sam Baumgarten, Brian McRae, and Jason Powell rounding out your top 5. And if this stays green, you can make it from here.
I think we're looking at it staying green by the way these guys have been running, although now I'm going to knock on wood.
So whoever gets wrecked in this next caution, send your hate mail to Kevin Conroe, Jinx the Field, care of ESPN Towers, Stamford, Connecticut, P.O. Box OICU 812.
That's right. Send them, but I believe in you guys. I believe.
But I mean, Dalton Kilrow showing the way, Mark Arthur, Sam Baumgarten, Brian McRae, and Jason Powell rounding out your top 5. And then you've got a major gap of over 2 seconds back to Bakey and Perry. And then you're kind of starting to get reeled in.
Oh,
Perry,
we got number 10
yellow.
There it is.
Of Matt Ridgway.
And same thing, same guy.
Yep.
There it is. The 10 of Ridgway went up, and he tried to make a move on Doug Thompson, and unfortunately, Nick Okia was there. So was the 16 of Habiak. Now not going to get the lucky dog. And looks like Kevin O'Brien caught a piece of that one too. So, I dare say nobody took the tires under that last set of pit stops. Do you go in and take 4 this time? Because you've got unlimited set.
You know, I would. especially if you were involved in any spinouts.
Well, yeah, you kind of have to at that point, anyways. But as far if you're Kilrow, Arthur, Baumgarten, McRae, or Powell, your top five. You go in and kick tires and maybe top it off in case we get an overtime situation.
Yeah,
Because as the old saying goes, cautions breed cautions.
exactly.
And it looks like they are doing just that, as the entire field coming down pit road this time. So, wholesale pit stops happening, and while they're doing their pit stop, why don't you take a stop over to our Teespring store, teespring.com/ESBN. You can find the link in the description below, and you can get all your NASCOM online racing merch as far as t-shirts and hoodies and long sleeve shirts, and tank tops, and coffee mugs and face masks. And if there's something you want to see at our Teespring store that you don't see, go ahead and drop a comment below, and we will try to get that added to the Teespring store for next time. And don't forget, there is a promo code if you live in the continental United States. Use the promo code ESBN20 and receive free shipping in the continental United States. So, looks like Mark Arthur might have won the battle off pit road. I know that's going to make two lovely ladies very happy to see him do that. So that's going to hand him the button as we get ready to go back to green. This is going to get interesting. And I'm wrong.
I was wondering. Looks like it's Brandon. Which is remarkable since,
He didn't pit. I don't think he pit.
Oh, is that how that happens?
Yeah. Because Baumgarten won the battle off pit road. And I don't think the 27 and the 85, either one of them went pit side. As the lights go out on the Ford Mustang GT500 pace car, the official pace car of iRacing. So we've got a Dodge and a Toyota leading them back to the green. As this is going to get fun. This is going to get very fun. And keep in mind, I'm not going to say it again, but keep in mind the words I said at the start of the broadcast.
Which were?
I'm not going to say it again, but you said you were going to write it down to remind me. And I don't want to jinx it, but
You're a lot better at that than I am.
I gotta.
I will say
There's a definite possibility that my prediction could come true, and that's all I'm gonna say. And
oh yes. No, I think you're right.
As Brandon Bakey gonna have the button as the Mustang pace car gets ready to peel on off.
Pace car is in.
The pace car is in, and we are back underway. Bakey pulls the trigger, and Baumgarten giving him a good shove this time as far as arrow shove. And Tex Perry hanging with him on the high side in the 85. He's got Mark Arthur with him. Now, those two worked together in the past to make some pretty decent things happen. It's going to be fun to see what happens here with 12 to go next time across the stripe, as Bakey jumps up in front of the boss, Tex Perry, and that leaves the bottom wide open for Baumgarten and Kilrow. As they work their way down the super stretch, Baumgarten with a head of steam right
Yeah, they're really moving.
now. And I dare say that this is what old tires to new tires is going to do. So the entire inside line has the new tires. The outside line, not so much, as we are 12 to go. And they're trying to make something happen on that second lane. Baumgarten showing the way. Kilrow sitting in second. Brian McRae in third. And then you've got the outside lane of Bakey and Perry trying to make it happen as 195 miles an hour. Good grief. So good head of steam coming up. Starting to make some headway in that second lane. And looks like they got Doug Thompson coming up to try to help them. So it's going to be a three-car tango in that second lane here as we are currently 11 to go. Baumgarten continues to show the way. Half a fender over Bakey. So Baumgarten, Bakey, Kilrow, Perry, McRae, Okia, Thompson, Ridgway, Arthur, Powell, and O'Brien. The only cars on the lead lap. That's your top 11. Habiuk is 5 laps down now as they come to the stripe to start 10 to go. Give that one to Baumgarten, 35 thousandths of a second. That's about the length of the front bumper. Still 195 miles an hour.
Incredible. Just incredible run here.
And what you've got is the whole inside line has fresh tires. The front two guys in the outside line stayed out. They are on 14-lap-old tires right now. And yet they're still able to maintain. But they're doing it the long way around. So Baumgarten by 3/4 of a length that time. If Bakey's got anything for him, he's going to have to make it happen now. And you know Texbury wants to get up there and push. The only problem is the bumpers don't line up on these cars. So if you do lay a bump somebody, you're turning. This is like the modern day Cup car. The front bumper actually fits very nicely under the back bumper.
That's right.
So give it another lap to Baumgarten by 3/4 of a car length. As Bakey, it looks like Bakey might be trying to time his run. The only thing is he's running out of time. He's got to figure this out a little bit quicker than he is. If they haul it down to one more time, we are 8 to go. Baumgarten, Bakey, Kilrow, Perry, McRae, Thompson, your top 6. Coming to the stripe this time, half a car length to Baumgarten at the stripe.
You know, Bakey just doesn't seem to have the same pace that he had earlier, and I mean, they're doing well to stay with them, but I don't know if he's going to be able to pull out the front.
Well, the thing is with the new tire model, it's something that I've found out. If you heat cycle the tires, they can, what they call in the real world, called stealing over. And they go harder than you want them to. Yes, they'll have straight line speed, but they're not going to have anywhere near the grip that they had prior to the caution in the corners. And I'm thinking that might be what Brandon Bakey is experiencing, as he's got the straight line speed. It was 197 going into turn 1 that time. So these guys are just flat getting it as Perry hangs them out to dry. Shoots up through the middle. Here we go. Tex Perry with a nose out front as they go into turn number 3. Perry with Thompson as his drafting help. Baumgarten's got Kilrow. And don't look now, but that outside lane has Mark Arthur as the cavalry.
Yeah, you can see Bakey's falling right to the back. His tires might be spent.
There, definitely. Tex Perry currently sitting in the number 2 slot. Dalton Kilrow in 3rd. And does Perry have anything for these guys?
Well, we're getting a little squirrely.
They're getting a lot squirrely. As we are 3 wide going into turn number 3. Oh, this is a pucker moment. And Baumgarten getting hung up to dry. He's in the sucker hole. And Kilrow's got to be loving this. As he's got McCrae for drafting help. Tex Perry's got to be about ready to pick puppies. As we are 4 laps to go. And Kilrow, McCrae, Baumgarten, Okia, Perry, Ridgway, Arthur, Bakey, Thompson, and Powell as Arthur almost eats the outside wall coming off of 2.
No, we had some crashes there. Perry.
And I think we lost Tex Perry.
Perry, Nick, and
yes, we did.
Matt Ridgway. Yep, Matt Ridgway, Tex Perry, and Nick Okia.
Yeah, and I'm just watching that, and that was well then.
So here we see them
popsicle sticks in the air this time by. It's Kilrow, the teammate, side by side as they haul it off into the tri-oval. 2 laps to go. And I'm not live. Make that white. Yes, 2 laps to go this time across the stripe. Give that one to Kilrow by about 1/4 of a car length, as this could still end poorly. All they've got to do is take the white flag, and that will end the race, as I know. So Kilrow with the advantage on the low line. He's getting a lot of drafting help right now from Brian McCrae and Doug Thompson. Then you've got on the outside, Sam Baumgarten, Mark Arthur, and the 18 of Jason Powell.
White flag, 1 more lap to go.
White flag in the air. Kilrow continues to show the way. McCrae right on his back bumper. And it's running out of time for Sam Baumgarten as they haul it down the super stretch one more time. Baumgarten fading quickly. Trying everything he can to try to side draft to get a run. Not going to have enough time. 198 miles an hour, 2 wide as they go into turn number 3. All Dalton Kilrow's got to do is make sure he can throw the block in the lane as they come to the stripe, and Thompson jumps out. Kilrow with the win. McCrae for second. No, Baumgarten for second. Just barely nipping Brian McCrae. Whew, not the finish some of these guys were hoping for, but still exciting nonetheless.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let me see if I can find some of these guys here. And we are going to go right to our winner, driving the number 41 Doc Watch Top Flight Computers whip tonight. Your winner, Dalton Kilroy. Dalton, congratulations.
Thank you, man. It's definitely feels good to win the first race.
As you had to pick your way through some of the debris right now. Did you see what was going on in your rearview mirror with as you guys were put a 2 to go?
If it's in regards to the 3 wide behind me and the wrecking and stuff, I kind of saw it just a little bit. I was more focused on just trying to hold my line and just take it easy. Just keep it clean and not do anything to recklessly take my teammates out.
Well, you did great doing that, and again, first race with the new team, you're bringing home the victory. Talk us through what it was like to be in. Let's face it. Anybody that's watched this series for more than 2 weeks knows that you've had a very heated rivalry with Mark Arthur and Sam Baumgarten in the past. Now you're teammates with them, and that's 3 of the top 5 in points right there. So,
Yeah,
what was it like being in that team speak for the first time?
It was a different experience. I will say that. A lot of these guys, they've been doing this iRacing stuff for a lot longer than I have. They've got all the experience. They know how to manage everything, and it's just taking me along for the ride and getting me in the right kind of mindset that I need to be in order to get some better success out of my races. And just overall keeping calm, level head, and just staying focused on the goal ahead, and that's bringing home the best finish again.
Well, I dare say you couldn't get much better than winning at Daytona. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go, sir?
Oh, I gotta thank Dr. Squatch Soap. They're awesome. Use code TOPFLIGHT for 20% off. Top Flight PC, trjkarting.com, Daddy O's Barbershop. You guys for the broadcast, and everybody else at Dr. Squatch Racing for helping with the race strategy.
All right, Dalton, congratulations on the victory. We're going to let you get back and be with your team.
10-4, thank you.
So that was Dalton Kilroy. Joining me now is going to be the man that finished in second place, Sam Baumgarten. Sam, I know it probably wasn't the finish you were hoping for, but a Dr. Squatch Top Flight Computers 1-2. Can't be too disappointed in that finish, though.
I was a Top Flight Dr. Squatch 1, 2, 3. Brian got third.
I just noticed that. I did just notice that.
Yeah, the 0 through shows it off, but that's his new sponsor. So, but yeah, man, I mean, not what we were expecting, but hey, honestly, Dalton got me back for first race of the season when I pushed it 3 wide and got him last bit of track. So, hey, good win for him. It's a good win for the team. 1, 2, 3 for Dr. Squatch and Top Flight Computers. We'll take it.
Well, now I know that there was a little bit of controversy coming to the 2 to go mark. There was a lot of weirdness going on tonight, and it didn't look like anybody really wanted to work with the rookies.
Well, I mean, we got our team together, so obviously we're going to work with our team. If it came down to it, I might have worked with them, but when you got your teammates literally all lined up, you tend to just stick with your team, go with what, team orders and all that. So, which we didn't really have too many team orders. It was really just a lot of communication, what we were going to do, strategy and stuff like that. So, I mean, hey, they'll learn. And if they make friends, maybe we can work together in the future. I know I was working with Jason there for a little bit. I would have pushed him to a win. I know Jason, he races real well, but these newer guys, it's kind of sketchy. You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know how they drive. So you try to give them a little bit more space.
Fair enough. But, again, you got to be happy. First race with the new team, we already talked to Dalton about it because let's face it, you guys were kind of frenemies before this. So what's it like having Dalton running with you as a teammate now?
Me and Dalton have never really been at each other. I mean, it's always we just race each other really hard. We're comfortable racing around each other. So he knows he can pinch me. I know I can pinch him, and we ain't gonna wreck each other. It's more or less fun. It's not. I wouldn't call it like, frenemies.
Well, that's what I
anything
mean
like
by
that.
that. Well, that's what I meant. Is you
Yeah.
run hard, but it's you were
Well,
running against each other.
Well, yeah, we were against each other. Now it was. I mean, if he would have slid up in front of me, I wouldn't have pushed the issue. He's a teammate, and wouldn't have risked our 1-2-3 finish with Top Flight Computers. So I don't know, man. It's it's work in progress. We're gonna keep working with these newer guys on the team, and I think we got something going really good here.
All right. Well, Sam, anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Absolutely. I'd like to thank Dr. Squatch, of course. Use promo code Top Flight for 20% off all orders, and Zero Racing Shoes, MF Racing Designs. You guys for putting this on, or broadcasting it rather, and Tex for putting this on. And honestly, for the team, that was great teamwork tonight. So shout out to the whole team. Glad we could pull off a 1-2-3. And I believe tonight wraps up the regular season, don't it?
Yes, it does.
All right.
And we will be talking to the boss Perry as soon as he gets the points posted, and we're going to see who gets to make the playoffs.
Awesome. I can't wait to see that.
Don't go anywhere.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere, man. I'm curious to see them points myself. I think I had the lead coming into this, so I'm curious to see where it plays out for the regular series champion.
All right, we're going to let you get back and party with your team. Congratulations on the podium tonight, Sam.
Thanks a lot, man.
That was Sam Baumgarten, your second place finisher, and joining us now, rounding out the Top Flight Racing, Dr. Squatch number 1-2-3 finish, 00 of Brian McCray joining us now. Brian, congratulations on the podium, sir.
Thank you guys very much. It was a pretty good show there at the end, wasn't it?
It was interesting to say the least. It was just coming to 2 to go. That was pretty wild on the super stretch.
Man, it was. And I decided it's probably about 5 to go that if Dalton stayed on the inside, that I was going to push him to the win. That's because we were so tangled up. I wasn't moving anywhere, being stuck on the inside like that. So I'm like, man, if he stays put, I'm going to just get right. I'm going to suck right up to his bumper, and I'm going to push him right to the win. That's exactly what happened. So I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, well, when you made that decision, all hell broke loose behind you.
I did see some of that in my mirror.
But you got to be happy with the way things turned out. Now, I did notice that you had a little bit different of a paint scheme on your car tonight.
That's right. We brought a new sponsor on board a couple of weeks ago, a company called Zero Shoes, and I'm working with them to take their ultralight running shoes, which are fantastic, and turn them into sim racing shoes, because actually they make fantastic driving shoes, and I wear them every time I sim race now. So I used to race in bare feet, now I race in these, so I decided to represent them, put them on the cars. Really happy to have them on board. All
right, fair enough. So Zero Shoes coming on board just in time to to see a Top Flight Racing 1-2-3 sweep at Daytona. You got to be happy with the way that the team's starting to gel as tonight ends the regular season, and moving into the playoff situation. You got to be pleased with what you've been seeing.
I am thrilled. This is Dalton and Nick Okoye, both new additions to the team, although I've been racing with them for a good long time now, but I could not be happier. They're both great additions, great personalities. So really, really solid. And you're right, the team is really coming together. We're all racing really well, and we're communicating really well on the radio, practicing well as a team. So I just couldn't be happier. We got some really, really great race car drivers on this team.
All right. Well, Brian, I'm not 100% sure where the series is going for the first round of the playoffs. Because I thought that was right.
I think it goes Darlington, Bristol, and Richmond, I believe, which we're all thrilled about those 3 tracks coming up.
I think I'm going to call in some out of sick days. Um, no, but moving to Darlington, I mean, the Southern 500 and all the prestige that goes there. You got to be excited going into next week.
I tell you, last year I won the pole at Darlington, and I had a really, really fast car, and I proceeded to wreck it on lap, I don't know, 5 or something like that. So I got a score to settle with the Lady in Black, and that's one of my favorite racetracks. I love racing there, so I can't wait.
Well, I just received word from the boss, Tex Perry, that and being as you are one of the primaries at Top Flight Racing, Tex, I'll let you do the honors.
I just want to give a big shout out to our regular season champ, Sam Bumgarden, followed closely by second place Mark Arthur and third place Dalton Kilrow.
Okay, not sure what that was all about, but congratulations to our top 3 in points. As all 3 of those gentlemen joining us now, that of course is Sam Baumgarten, Mark Arthur, and Dalton Kilrow. Gentlemen, not only did Top Flight Racing get a 1-2-3 sweep of the race tonight, I just received word, and Tex just made it official. You guys have a 1-2-3 of the regular season point standings. Congratulations.
Title.
That'll be the first time in quite a while you haven't gotten the regular season title, isn't it, Mark? So, your mom and sister are both going to have to keep watching these races to bring you the good luck that they've been bringing you. And Tex, we were just talking with Brian about going to Darlington next week. Your thoughts, Tex, about going to the Lady in Black?
We've actually squeaked out some good finishes there, good runs. I just want to try to get a good start to the playoffs, basically.
Well, anything's got to be better than the way you ended the regular season. As we saw the melee that took place come to 2 to go.
Honestly, I'm not worried about it. We showed we had a fast car. We got in there with Brandon and Bikey and was able to get up front and stay up front for a while. We definitely showed. I really think that we had the cars to beat. I agree. It was dang shame what happened there coming to the end, but it's super speedway racing. I'm not worried about it. We was able to get a stage win. That's at least one extra playoff point. Better than nothing. Hopefully we can stay in the top 4 for the next 10 races and race for a championship.
Well, you almost made my prediction before the race started come true, right up until the oops. So feel free to be mad at me for jinxing you tonight.
Nah, you didn't jinx us. Like I say, I really think we had one of the rides to beat. So it's just one of them things. It happens. It was a lot of fun.
All right. So, Brian, before we let you get back and celebrate with your team, is there anybody you want to thank tonight? And your mic's muted, sir.
Yeah, I don't think he dare. Oh, now he's deafened.
Wrong button, sir.
How about that?
There you go.
There he
So,
is.
Brian, anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Dr. Squatch Soap, you guys have been with us ever since the very beginning. All of my teammates at Top Flight Sim Racing, congratulations, you guys, on a 1-2-3 finish. And can't wait to get to the playoffs. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, so that's going to round out our podium tonight. Real quick look at the finishing order. We got Dalton Kilrow coming home with the victory. Sam Baumgarten in second. Brian McRae in third. Doug Thompson hanging on for fourth. Mark Arthur in fifth. Jason Powell coming in sixth. Brandon Bikey in seventh. Kevin O'Brien in eighth. Matt Ridgway in ninth. Nick Okia in 10th. Tex Perry in 11th. And Ian Habiak in 12th. That is going to do it for us tonight. Kevin, anything you got before we fire this one off for one final time?
Nope. Just that was really enjoyable racing. Really enjoyable. Glad to have been part of it.
Hey, real quick, it's Okie. Just so you know, Okie is how you say his name.
I'm going off what Byron told me. So Nick, I do apologize.
Hey, just remember, it's like if a Canadian asks you what you open the door with. It's, Okie.
Perfect. Okay.
He's been waiting for that all night.
Well, you do realize Kevin's Canadian.
Yeah. So that's perfect. Okay.
So, anyways, that is going to do it for us tonight. We will see you next week for the first round of the playoffs from Darlington. Don't forget to check out the T Store. Get all your NASCOM online as presented by ESPN merch. The only thing that's left to say is, come get me. I am done.